Good morning, Falcons fans. Welcome into an earlier edition of the show because the Falcons made a splash move in free agency this morning, signing Calais Campbell. So we're going to break down that signing, look over some stats, some highlights, and I'll give you some takes and analysis on the move. But Ian Rappaport early this morning tweeting out, sources, the Falcons are making another splash as former Ravens star Calais Campbell intends to sign a one-year deal with them. The Pro Bowler and former Walter Payton Man of the Year will lend leadership to a young team he believes in, and Atlanta adds again on defense. And they really can't add enough to this defense. Now, it's interesting because Rappaport's not the only one who sort of echoes this leadership that Campbell is bringing to Atlanta. Josina Anderson also tweeting out this morning, text from free agent defensive lineman Calais Campbell. She always gets texts from free agents on why he chose the Falcons the day before he was previously scheduled to visit with the Jets. The Jets made a strong offer as well. It really came down to where I felt like I could have the biggest impact both on and off the field. That's pretty cool to see if you're a Falcons fan, right? Calais Campbell more or less had his pick of the litter from a couple of teams, but he believes that something is brewing in Atlanta, and that's got to speak volume to the coaching staff, to the front office, to the locker room, the culture that is being instilled down in ATL. So clearly Campbell sees something good in the making right now down with the Falcons, and that's why he is headed down there. Now, never miss a signing when you are subscribed. We go over all signings. Scotty Miller yesterday, video. Calais Campbell this morning, video. And we were also so close from our next milestone. So if you have not hit that sub button, please go ahead and do so. Now, some background on Campbell. Over the last 4 seasons, he has been in the NFL for a long time, since 2008 with the Arizona Cardinals, but he is still as productive. 5.5 sacks in 14 games last season. He has bounced around, I wouldn't say a little bit, right, from the Cardinals to the Jags to the Ravens and now to the Falcons, but he is still Calais Campbell. He is not someone you want to deal with on any given Sunday. Campbell in his career through 15 seasons, 809 tackles, 165 tackles for loss, and 99 sacks. It's a no-brainer he came back for at least one more season as he looks to get to the 100-sack leaderboard. Not a short list, but not a very long list either. I think he's in the mid-40s right now for NFL all-time sack leaders, so he will look to boost his resume. So grade the signing for me. This is the pinned comment on today's show. So sometimes YouTube likes to stick an ad break around this point in the video. If they do, head down there and give me a letter grade to the pinned comment. My letter grade, I'm going to give it a B, right? I don't think it's an absolute A signing, right? It's hard to get A signing for guys entering year 16 in the NFL, but he's definitely going to come in here. He's going to provide some good statistical numbers. He's going to get some sacks. He's going to get some tackles for loss. But honestly, I'm more interested in what he's going to do for this young, growing nucleus and core of a defensive room, right? How he's going to help bring Arnold Ebiketie along, whoever they draft, and hopefully they draft an edge rusher at number 8 this year. Whoever they start building around in this defensive line, whether it's David Onyemata, Caden Ellis, Grady Jarrett, he's going to come in with a lot of experience, some good leadership, and hopefully when he leaves the Falcons, he will have left them in a better spot than when he arrived, and that's what I'm more interested in with this signing. Now, we're going to get to some other free agency news and analysis from this signing, but in just a moment. First, we've got an awesome deal going on with our friends over at Fanatics. Go to chatsports.com/ATL hat. When you use that link, they're going to get you guys this awesome Falcons draft hat. The NFL just released the official draft hats for 2023. So give them a check. It's an awesome deal. I like the hats a lot. I know some people are kind of mixed emotions on it. I'm a big fan of this year's official draft hats. And if you are too, use our link to get your own Falcons draft hat. Now, some Falcons free agent signings, kind of recap what we have seen so far from Fontenot and Arthur Smith. Of course, the big splash signing in Jesse Bates. David Onyemata, I think, is kind of a slept-on one. Caden Ellis, he had a breakout season last year with New Orleans. Him and Onyemata followed their old coach, Ryan Nielsen, to Atlanta. Caleb McGarry, you got him for what felt like pennies on the dollar, right, compared to some other tackles getting signed. That was a very good, strong signing for the Falcons. Taylor Heineke, he'll come in as the backup. We'll see how long that lasts, potentially. Matt Collins, currently wide receiver 2. I don't love. I would like to see more additions to the wide receiver room. Mike Hughes, he's going to add some depth for the corners. Tay Davis, good linebacker signing. He's a special teamer / roster bubble candidate. Lorenzo Carter, a former top pick for the Giants. He had a resurgence last year for Atlanta back in the Peach State, so that was nice to see. Cornell Armstrong, also another corner sign. Punter Bradley Pinion. We've got fullback Keith Smith. Scotty Miller signed yesterday, so there was some more addition in terms of speed to the wide receiver room. And now this morning, Calais Campbell, the latest signing for the Falcons. Where does Campbell slot in on this depth chart? I've got him starting right away. Onyemata, Campbell, and Grady Jarrett. That feels like a 180 almost from what the Falcons had last year next to Grady Jarrett. So this room gets a major upgrade and a very much needed one. Now, not to sound like Kylo Ren, but more, right? They need to add more pass rushers still. I am not settling because they signed 15, 16-year vet Calais Campbell. No, this is still the worst NFL pass rushing unit by far in the league, right? They continue to finish either last or second to last, or not far from it, the last half decade plus, really since Vic Beasley's double-digit sack season. So the Falcons should not look at this signing and go, all right, we have officially gotten all the pass rushers we needed this offseason to remodel the unit. I'm not asking for a complete flip and switch and perfect room in just one offseason, but I really hope that top 10 pick they have in this upcoming draft is used for a pass rusher. So now I want to open up the floor to everyone watching right now and let me know if you think pass rusher is still the #1 priority in this draft. You could make an argument for wide receiver. Those are really the two biggest needs I see on this team. But let me know, is pass rusher the #1 priority? Give me a simple Y for yes or N for no. That's going to do it for us on today's show. Appreciate everyone for rising up with us this morning early, no pun intended, and getting your Falcons news with us about the Calais Campbell signing. Never miss any free agency news or rumors when you're subbed to the channel.